served on the National Security Council. Both resigned on January 6th, and sources familiar with the matter tell ABC News both are expected to testify Thursday in the January 6th committee's primetime hearing. Committee says this hearing will focus on what President Trump was doing as rioters breached the Capitol. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Meanwhile, Committee Chair Benny Thompson has tested positive for COVID. The hearing will continue even if Thompson, who is currently isolating, is unable to attend. Jury selection continuing today in the contempt of Congress trial of former Trump advisor Steve Bannon. Bannon is facing criminal charges after refusing to cooperate with the January 6th committee. Wins News on 2:35. Dr. Anthony Fauci wants to make one thing clear. He's not retiring, per se, but he says he may step down from his current position at the end of President Biden's current term. He is the president's top advisor on COVID. He made his comments during the Hill's Future of Healthcare Summit. Fauci says he has other things that he wants to do in a professional way, while he still has the energy and passion to do so. The CDC has ended its monitoring program of COVID cases on cruise ships. The health agency will continue to publish guidance for a safe and healthy environment. Amazon is giving no stars to a review company. Amazon is suing the administrators of over 10,000 Facebook groups that allegedly solicit reviews for items on the online retail site in exchange for money or free products. Amazon says Facebook's parent company, Meta, has already removed half of the sites, which are usually private, to avoid detection. Unscrupulous sellers can use fake reviews to improve their ratings and boost their search rankings. Correspondent Wendy Gillette. 89 degrees now. We are going down to 78 here in the city tonight. Wind News on 2:36. Believers will soon see their idol back on stage. 1010 Wins Entertainment is next. Other banks go out of their way to make redeeming credit card rewards needlessly complicated, like how they require a minimum, or force you to use your rewards before reaching some arbitrary expiration date. But Discover isn't like that. With Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount, at any time. So you'll never have to jump through hoops. Unless you're like a trapezist, then by all means, go right ahead. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-933-1022. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-933-1022 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-933-1022.
Wednesday's time, 2:38 now. 1010 Wins Entertainment. Justin Bieber is ready to hit the road again after his diagnosis of Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which paralyzed part of his face. Bieber will resume his Justice World Tour July 31st, but there was no update on rescheduling for the shows at Madison Square Garden that were postponed last month. Ted Lasso star Brett Goldstein is the latest celebrity to make his debut in the Marvel Universe by appearing in the credits, in this case for Thor, Love and Thunder.
One that got away. One that got away. That means escaped. Yeah.
Must be hard for you to see your ex-girlfriend and your ex-hammer hanging out and getting over, huh?
And he surprised his parents by sending them to the movie without telling them about his credit cameo, although the appearance was so brief, he tells Variety he was afraid his mother would miss him. No, she caught him. Wins News on 2:39. Do you have bad credit but need a new car? Call Credit Solutions, a division of Hudson Hyundai. It's easy to apply right over the phone. Call 800-951-4221. Hudson Hyundai has over 425 vehicles available. Stop hunting and start driving a new Hyundai today. Tier 1 customers can drive a new Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, Palisade, or even the all-new fully electric Ioniq 5 with only $68 down. That's just $68 down on over 425 cars, trucks, and SUVs available. Call 1-800-951-4221. That's 800-951-4221. And all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Call Hudson Hyundai in Jersey City for a pre-approval. 800-951-4221. That's 800-951-4221. Or HudsonHyundai.com. Payments will vary. Credit severity affects approval. See dealer for details. Breaking news, making news, live interviews. Check out Newsline with Bridget Quinn, weekdays from 10 to 2, right here on 1010 Wins.
The Newswash never stops. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon, 89 degrees at 2:40. I'm Lori Madden, and here's what's happening. These sweltering conditions may be with us through next Monday, with temperatures topping 90 degrees every day, real feels near 100. We'll get a live update in a moment from AccuWeather's Brian Thompson. You can't cool off this afternoon in the Rockaways, where a couple of beaches have been closed because of shark sightings. A real-life fatal shooting on the set of Law & Order Organized Crime in Brooklyn this morning. Details coming up from our Samantha Liebman, who's on the scene. The Broadway League says the mask optional policy will continue at shows through August and until further notice. A new study says high doses of vitamin B6 may help stem depression and anxiety. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 660 points this hour. 1010 Wins AccuWeather says clear and warm tonight, low 78. Sunny, hot and humid tomorrow, high 94. We'll get that live update in just a moment. Wednesday time 241. Time for traffic and transit with Greg Rice.
Well, Lori, just picking this up on the 1010 Wins Jam Cam westbound Long Island Expressway just after Queens Boulevard. You've got some rolling crews out there right now. They have the right lane knocked out of service. Usually, these crews wouldn't be out there on the Long Island Expressway this late, so things are a bit slow getting past Queens Boulevard as a result. Now, more run-of-the-mill issues in the Bronx, north Van Deegan, getting up towards the area of Van Cortlandt Park, and right at the Mosholu Parkway, you got an accident. You've got at least one, if not two, right lanes knocked out because of a crash and a bad ride on the North Van Deegan from before Fordham Road all the way up towards the Mosholu, the North Van Henry Hudson. Not great getting up to Riverdale Avenue because of construction. If you can swing it over to the New England Thruway, that's the best of it northbound through the Bronx and a route to the Westchester line. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Citybound George is fine northbound and west side for all of its faults. That's the best of it out. Lincoln Tunnel, it's about 10 minutes in or out. Holland about 10 in, 20 minutes on the outbound ride. Citybound Midtown Tunnel also still awful, as are the Queensbound RFK and the Bronxbound Whitestone bridges. I'm Greg Rice on 1010 Wins.
We may be heading into a record-breaking heat wave, or at the very least, a heat wave that just feels like it won't end. Let's get an update on what we're facing. We are going to check in with AccuWeather's Brian Thompson. Brian.
Yeah, Lori, I think it's the length of the heat wave that's really going to be the big story here, as we're expecting temperatures. This afternoon temperatures are close to 90 degrees, but we may not see a high temperature below 90 until we get to next week, as it looks like temperatures tomorrow and Thursday will get into the low and especially the mid-90s, and real field temperatures will be higher into the triple digits, as it's going to be more humid than what we've seen today. The humidity overall today is not that bad considering how warm it is. We'll get another break from the humidity into Friday. Then we could have another surge of heat and humidity into the weekend, with highs again getting well into the 90s. Lori?
And make sure you stay with 1010 Wins and 1010wins.com. We will have the very latest for you on this heat wave. And we have an update this hour that is kind of heat wave related here. 2 beaches in the Rockaways have been closed to swimmers due to shark sightings, so you won't be able to cool off today in the heat wave there. The New York City Parks Department says sharks were spotted in the water off Beach 102nd Street and Beach 67th Street. Out on Long Island in Nassau County, East Atlantic Beach was closed to swimmers this afternoon because of shark sightings. So if you can't go to the Rockaways, you can always try a New York City pool. That's where we find 1010 Wind reporter Eileen LaPalmer this afternoon.
I met Sophia making a beeline for the line outside the pool at John Jay Park on the Upper East Side. People began lining up an hour before it opened to make sure they had spots to cool down.
When you get there early, you can actually do swimming laps, so it's a lot of fun to do it when there's not a big crowd.
The city had a shortage of lifeguards early in the summer, and they still aren't back at the 1,400 they used to have. The city parks department telling 1010 Wind there are now 852 lifeguards on duty for the city, and more lifeguards means more room in the deep end.
I can do a backflip.
You're going to do a backflip?
Backflip. I'm going to do a golf flip.
Are all three of you going to have a contest?
Yeah.
Eileen LaPalmer, 1010 Wind on East 77th Street.
It's news time, 2:44. The set of Law and Order, organized crime, became a real-life crime scene early this morning in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. For more on the story, let's go live to the scene and 1010 Wind reporter Samantha Liebman. And Lori, police have just identified the victim as 31-year-old Johnny Pizarro of Queens. He was just doing his job reserving spots for the crew of Law and Order organized crime, but it turned into a real-life crime scene. Police say just before 5:15 this morning here on North Henry Street near Norman Avenue, someone shot Pizarro while he sat in his red Honda Civic. Gabrielle Vandenberg lives in front of the scene and says there were about 3 shots.
Yeah, we heard gunshots, that's all I can say, and 2 minutes after, I didn't come down, but I came to look around, and thank God that the guy had flew the scene, so.
Yeah, her husband came down, didn't see anything because the victim was inside his car. Now, his co-workers say he'd been doing this for about 5 years and leaves 6 children behind. Samantha Liebman, 1010 Wind, live in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Wind News Time, 2:45. Mayor Eric Adams is calling on the federal government for an immediate infusion of resources to help assist with a sharp rise in asylum seekers. He says in some cases, families are arriving on buses sent by the governments of Texas and Arizona.
Our system is already overburdened, fact. These states are sending people to New York without any communication or coordination, fact. We're not receiving any dollars in addition to this new responsibility that we're going to have.
He says in the last several weeks alone, more than 2,800 individuals from Latin American countries and other regions have entered the city's shelter system. He said while the city has been in discussions with the feds, he is looking forward to a quick resolution. Wind News Time, 2:46. If you think you're the victim of wage theft, New York has launched a new hotline to report cases. Governor Kathy Hochul.
The whole objective is to recover the stolen wages, make sure that it doesn't happen again, and that there are consequences from those thieves who've done just that.
Home care aides, car wash workers, restaurant workers, and others have reported stolen wages in recent months. The governor says the state has recovered more than $3 million in lost or stolen wages, covering 256 workers.